That was the last time the Chamber of Commerce had it, when it was at the field house, and they decided, I think, to drop it, and that's when a group of people, businessmen, farm people, farm bureau people, all sort of got together and decided we can't let the fair die. We have to continue it and make it grow.
This fair is quite different from a lot of other county fairs. In that it isn't just a 4-H fair, but 4-H is a part. Was there a why in the road when you made that decision to make it a county-wide
fair? Well, I think there's a lot of expense that comes with the fact that it's the 4-H fair. Judges and premiums and various different things, but those are not money-creating things.
Not income-producing.
So there has to be something else to do that. And so that's why I think that they expanded, and I think we had the businessmen kind of behind that, and that it worked out.
I was thinking about the other day that a lot of communities have a festival. We have the Monroe County Fair, and it serves a lot of the same purposes. The banner above the road down here says, where friends meet friends.
I think that's a very good slogan for us.
It's very true. Your involvement, at what point in your life did you get involved?
Well, my brother was in 4-H. He's a little bit older than me, but he was very active in 4-H, and so I sort of got involved in that manner. I've been an Extension Homemaker member for 50-some years, 51, I guess, and so I've been involved with Extension work, and I actually got started working here at the fair in the community building for the Extension Homemakers.
The fair as it is, as we see it today, when did it come to this location? You said mid-50s?
Yes, it was established in 1955. An association was created, a non-profit association, and the group that organized it went to the county commissioners and struck up a deal to rent or to lease the ground. And to
all these buildings here?
No, there was nothing here. And agreed to give us a small pittance of tax money.
Very good.
With the stipulation that the tax money can only be spent for the upkeep of the grounds. Nothing can be spent for the production of the fair. There's to spend on the fair.
You've made a dollar go very, very far. So you started not with buildings, but with
tents and gravel. What gravel we could get together, and the first fair we had, it poured down rain, and we really had to work to protect our exhibits. But we went forward, and I believe it was the next year when they started getting donations to start the first community building.
Dollars well spent. Pat Haley, thank you so much.
All right.
Let's take a look now at another one of those 4-H activities, and John is in the 4-H area.
Thanks, Susie. Yes, things are just about ready to get underway here in the horse area. This is Alicia. Alicia, tell us about your friend Bear here.
Bear is a thoroughbred Appaloosa cross. He's a really nice horse. He's very versatile, but he's kind of scared of all the action here.
And you and him are going to ride in the English style?
Yeah.
Explain that just a little bit.
It's kind of hard to explain. It's like Western is like, I don't know how to explain it.
Cowboy hats?
Yeah. English is more conservative, and you do like jumping, and you can do all sorts of things.
More of a formal style of horsing here. Is that kind of why the reason that Bear's braided up here?
For eventing and for dressage, they braid their mane so the judge can see how the muscles in their neck, and usually they have this braided too, but I haven't braided it yet.
So you actually jump this horse?
Yeah, he's a really nice jumper.
Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, that's got to be kind of hard.
Yeah, they set up fences, and you can trot or canter to them and just jump over them. But it's complicated because you have to set up the horse. And
now, how old is Barry?
He's 5 years old.
5 years. Does he cooperate usually?
Yeah, he's got a lot to learn since he's so young, but he's pretty good. He's a good horse.
Real beautiful. How many years have you been in the 4-H and done this?
I have been in 4-H, I think 6 years. And I've been riding since I was 5, so.
Wow. Is Bear the only horse you have, or do you have a couple others that you're
my
in?
mom has a horse, but we sold my horse last December, and so we just got him. We're just leasing him. He's not mine.
So this is his first time?
Yeah, this is his first time
but
out.
But not your first time?
No.
So you actually have to get dressed up in a totally formal. I know this heat, that's going to be kind of hard for you.
Yeah, we have breeches, and you can wear like a jacket, or you can wear just long sleeve shirts. You have tall boots.
So they go through sort of an obstacle course of jumps and things.
Yeah.
So they also kind of prance around. They show just as much as you're showing?
A lot of the showing is the horse. He has to show how cooperative and obedient he can be.
So a lot different than the Western style.
Yeah.
Where it's yee-haw and ride 'em cowboy.
Yeah.
Well, that's really nice here.
Oh, babe.
So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Good luck in the competition.
Thanks.
And I hope you place well, and I hope Bear does good, because he's pretty much the name of the game here, right?
Yeah, he's the star.
All right, we'll go ahead and send it back to Susie then.
Thanks, John. Joining me now are two competitors from yesterday's English Horse Show. We have Megan Tipman, who has joined us, and also Heidi Bassard, right?
Yes.
Thanks so much for joining us. Tell us about yesterday. It must have been absolutely a cooker, Megan.
It was. It was really, really, really hot.
Did you put on the coolest clothes that you had, or did you have any choice in that?
I didn't have much of a choice.
Are there regulations for what you have to wear?
Yes, usually you have to wear some kind of white shirt with a collar and a really heavy coat. It's called a hunt coat.
Is it wool?
It can be.
What's the purpose of the black hat?
It's just a helmet, usually for safety, but for English you must wear them.
Is it hot?
Yes, it is.
Heidi, do you also show in English exclusively, or do you also include Western?
Yeah, I show both English and Western classes.
What's the difference?
The English is kind of a more of a formal riding, where you have hunt coats, and it's kind of dressier. And then you have Western, which is kind of more fun to show because you get to kind of pick out your outfits, and you have different colors and stuff, and you have a Western type saddle.
Does the horse have to do anything different in one versus the other?
The biggest difference, I think, is because in English you have a longer extended trot, and for Western you have a slower jog.
Do you use the same horse in both competitions?
You have to have a pretty versatile horse, but yeah, I use we both use the same horse in both English and Western.
Megan, how long have you had your horse?
I've had my horse for 3 years.
Does the horse live at the same property you do, or do you board your horse?
She lives at the same property as I.
So that means you get up in the morning and go out and take care of the horse?
Yep.
How much time a day does it take?
I spend all day out there in the pasture with my horse.
When it's time for school, and what school have you gone to now?
I just finished Templeton Elementary, and I'm going to Jackson Creek next year.
So on a school day, how does it work with your life?
I wake up early in the morning. I feed my
How
horse. About 6:30.
That's what I was afraid of.
I feed my horse, I groom her, then I get ready for school. And when I come back home from school, I usually ride her, then I'll bathe her down and go inside, and then feed her at night.
How about you, Heidi? What's your routine?
Yeah, I usually get up pretty early in the morning. It depends on when my class, since I've gone to IU. Sometimes it's earlier than other days, usually around 7. Usually spend about an hour cleaning stalls and feeding and stuff, and then usually ride in the evenings when I get home from classes and work.
Is this your only animal?
No, we have pigs, and my family also, we have pigs, and we show beef.
Are you also competing with them here at the fair?
Yes, we are. I just finished my English show, and as soon as I was done with that, I ran down and showed my pig.
Is this something new for you, or have you always done it?
I've showed pigs for 6 years, and then we showed sheep before that for 2 years, so I've always done livestock, as some type of a livestock, and my horse.
Are you going to keep doing this on a recreational basis after 4-H, because you've finished 10 years of 4-H?
Yeah, I hope so. I'm keeping my horse, and I think I have younger brothers and sisters, so I think my brothers are going to show it, and so hopefully next year when I come home from school, I'll be able to show some classes too, and not here, but some open stuff. So,
how many people were competing yesterday? Was it a big competition, or was it one of the smaller ones?
One of the smaller ones. Generally, more people show in 4-H Western.
Yeah, we have about 100 kids in our county right now showing, and I think we probably had about 40 of them. So the classes all ranged from about 7 people in each one, average.
Do you stay here at the fairgrounds during the week, or do you go home and get clean?
I stay here. I can't too. Usually I just take a shower up at the barn. I have a shower room, so we just usually head up there.
It really becomes a way of life, doesn't it?
Yes.
Tell me about your friendships that you've developed while you've been in 4-H.
I've only been here for 2 years, and I made lots of friends. People here are really, really friendly.
And you'll probably find a lot of them when you go to Jackson Creek. Yep. So Heidi, how about you?
This is my 10th year, and I think probably my best friends and my closest friends have all come, and I think it's really brought my family and I closer together, and so that's, my best friends are here.
And if you had to do over again your competition from yesterday, what would you have changed?
For my showmanship class, I would have backed up. That's the only thing I got placed second for. I would have gotten first, but I forgot to back up.
Give me your count for what you won yesterday.
I won second place in English showmanship. Then I won.
Because you backed up.
Well, no, because I didn't back up.
Because you didn't back up, okay.
And then I won grand champion in English showmanship. I got third place in English halter with my horse. And then I got first place in English walk trot for beginners.
Gee, lots of competition.
And then I got second place in English equitation, 6th and 7th grade. And then I got second place, I think, or third place in English hunter saddle.
And Heidi, real quickly, what was your count?
I got 2 grand champions,
Ooh, wow.
a champion, and then 2 reserve champions.
You are winners. Terrific. Now let's go see some more from Holly with more 4-H.
I'm out here at the Monroe County Fair, and I have 2 members of the Galloping Goat Club with me. So I'm going to start with Brittany. Brittany, what kind of goat is this?
This is a Nubian.
Okay, and how old is this one?
She's almost a year old right
Almost
now.
a year old. Now, what do judges look for when they're judging a Nubian?
Well, since she's a dairy goat, and most dairy goats, they look for a nice flat back, and she's not milking right now, but if she were, they would look for a nice big udder and just nice fur, and you have to trim them real well.
Right, right. Now, does it matter if she's milking or not when you show them?
No, they have certain classes. They have classes for dry does and classes for milking
Okay.
does.
And what do you like best about goats?
I think they're really nice, and they're just fun to take care of. It's nice to say that, like, I have goats and stuff like that.
And how long have you been doing this?
This is my first year. I just now started.
Okay, and do you like this breed?
Yes, I like this breed.
Why did you choose this one?
Because I have rabbits, and I have mini lop rabbits, and they have the loppy ears, and
And you like
I
the
just-
lop
yeah.
on the...
they're just nice. I like them.
Wonderful. Okay, and this is Alexis Morrison. Now, Alexis, tell me a little bit about yours. What breed have you got?
I have a miniature pygmy goat, and she's a nanny.
And what does that mean?
Well, it means she's a girl.
A girl, okay. And what do judges look for with a pygmy goat?
They have to have a nice barrel right here. One side can't be bigger than the other.
Okay.
They look for good hooves. Your hooves can't be too long. They look for nice legs, like nice bend. They like a lot of meat in the back hindquarters, and that's about it. Like, they have to have a clean back end. And
Okay. And what do you do to take care of your goats before a show?
well, we brush up their hair to where it like gets all the shavings and stuff out of it, and we all brush it back, and we wash them, and just like you would like any other, like a dog.
And what do you think is the hardest thing about raising goats?
When they get older like this, she's probably about 4 or 5 years old, but they get stronger as they go along, and so she can be just as strong as probably a horse.
And so, how long have you been raising goats?
I've been, like, my cousin has a lot of goats, and I've been, like, involved with goats and sheep for a long time, and this is my second year of actually showing goats. So I've probably been involved with them for a lot of years, like 5 years. Yeah.
Sure. So do you get nervous before you show one?
Well, not really. I would if this was my first time, but it's so natural now. It's just,
Right.
yeah, it just feels normal.
And so do you take them in, walk them around the ring, or is it sort of a more of a posing and a showing?
Well, they have you walk around to see how much time you spend with your goat, and then you just set them up and you lift them up, put their 2 front legs. So you don't like want to spread them out too far. The judge gets mad.
Right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for sharing their goats with me, and good luck at the fair this year.
Thank you.
That's a wonderful look at just how much the kids learn from their 4-H projects. Thanks, Holly. We're now joined by Georgia Davis, who's Vice President of the Fair Board, but more importantly, you're Fair Manager.
Yes, I am.
And you're Chairman of the baby contest.
Yes, I am.
Which was last night. How many babies did you have?
We had a grand total of 247 babies this year.
Did that compare favorably or unfavorably with previous years?
It was down from last year because last year we had wonderful weather and this year it was extremely hot. We had 312 last year, but I thought our count was good for the weather.
How do people keep their babies comfortable when they're in this competition?
We try to give them an approximate time of what time they'll be on stage so they can actually walk around the fairgrounds and keep the babies cool and calm.
How many different categories are there? Are they all competing for one big prize, or is it broken
No, they're
down?
not. We have broken it down into twins and birth to 36 months.
And boys and girls?
And we have 9 categories in that, boys and girls. 18 winners totally.
Does everybody go away happy?
I hope so. We try to make it as happy as can be. I know everyone thinks they have a precious baby, and so do I, so it's hard to pick a winner out of all those babies.
How's it changed through the years? You've been involved for some time.
When I first came on, the baby contest was a lot different. The babies set up on stage, and the judges actually went by individually and shook rattlers at them and tried to get them to goo and talk, and it took hours to do.
That's rather threatening.
Right. So when I agreed to take this contest, I decided to turn it into more of a pageant where we have them actually walk on stage with their parents and get introduced and receive a complimentary bag for the fair board and then exit off. We have a total of 4 judges judging.
Who are the judges?
I get out as a county residents, hopefully that no one knows.
Or is related to?
Or related, yes.
More importantly.
More importantly.
What do they look for? How do they judge these babies? They all look precious.
I know, and that's why I leave it completely up to them. I don't know how they really decide the winner. I know they're looking for just maybe a little cuteness, a little poise, just something that draws their attention to them.
A lot of these kids are beautifully dressed. Does that make a difference?
No, we try to discourage judges picking out any kind of beautiful costume. We prefer that they just look at the baby's face and go from there.
If you had your dream world of how you'd make this the perfect contest, what would you do?
Give everyone a ribbon.
That's a great idea. Now, you really deserve a ribbon for your own involvement here at the fair. How did you get started?
Just entering in the fair myself, and the more I entered in the fair and saw the excitement, the more I wanted to join the group and help put the fair on.
Was that as a 4-H or as an extension?
I was a 4-H member and also extension member, but I got involved after being extension member.
And what have been your specialties?
Oh, canning, sewing, no baking. My husband will laugh about that. Flowers and crafts.
And what are your responsibilities now for the fair board?
To manage this fair and hope everything goes smooth.
Now that sounds like a simple summary.
Not really.
You line up the talent?
Yes, I do, and all the events in the grandstand and the amphitheater. And my job is to check and make sure they're on stage and ready to roll when their time comes up.
And you do this as a volunteer?
Yes, I do, and usually this starts in January, going hot and heavy.
Well, you've done a wonderful job. You're
Thank you.
a really important part of what makes this fair a success.
Yes, it's a joy to me or I wouldn't be doing it.
Thank you, Georgia. Now then, it's time to go to John with more people in 4-H work.
Thank you, Susie. Well, have you ever wondered what came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, we're going to find out because here, the thing is for the chicken to place first. So this is the poultry barn, and we're going to talk to a couple of 4-H'ers here with a couple of their chickens. This is Amanda and Zachary. Say hi, guys.
Hi. Hi.
What's your chicken's name?
This is a buff-lace spirited Polish because it's buffed color, and they have a beard right here.
And is it a her or a him?
This is a female called the younger ones are called pullets, and this is called a hen. And these type of chickens come from Europe, European chicken mainly.
Wow.
And
it's a nice hairdo he's got there.
Thanks.
What about yours, Zachary? What's your name?
Black Wyandotte.
It's a what?
Black Wyandotte.
Black Wyandotte. And what's different between a normal barnyard rooster? What makes this chicken better than those roosters? It's little.
I guess.
Yeah? Well, it looks a lot cuter, probably easier to handle then, right? Do you guys have to keep these well groomed and everything, especially for the
yes, because of if they have any white on them it's just a problem to keep them cleaner, and you can see here it's not very clean right there, and their heads are a lot harder to get cleaner because they have all these feathers, and if you get them really wet, it sags down and it pulls on their skin and just makes their skin bleed throughout and causes the feathers a problem. And they do look like drowned rats when they're wet, so you don't want to wet Polish in a show, and you just mainly want to keep them clean so that your bird isn't looking like this not very good, not show class, and not a champion.
Zachary, is it pretty hard to keep this little guy clean? You have to chase him around with the hose to spray him off?
No.
It's still pretty good for you? Is it a him or a her?
Him.
Him? Well, there, little girl. So what about the judging and stuff? Is it pretty stiff competition? A lot of good chickens around here?
Yeah.
Yeah? You think you'd place pretty good? You gotta have confidence now. You gonna win that blue ribbon?
Yeah.
There you go, Zach. Amanda, about the green eggs, I'm sorry, the brown eggs and the white eggs. Which one is yours?
This one's a white egg. It's usually, you get the pretty good sized egg, about that big around, and that's just the regular size. The brown eggs are just regular farm hens that are much bigger than this, and they lay pretty good sized eggs.
And what about yours? Is it a brown egg or a white egg?
White.
White egg. So what did come first, the chicken or the egg? You know? You don't know? What about you?
My theory is that they just kind of evolved from something like we did. I say the velociraptors because the leg movement. You can, if you've ever watched Jurassic Park, you can see the leg movement is the same as the velociraptors and the way they curl their toes.
Wow, so actually a chicken is a dinosaur then, right? Well, thank you guys. Good luck in the judging here. You're just getting ready to take your chicken over to be judged. Good luck on the rest of the 4-H fair. You having a lot of fun? All right, and we'll send it back to you, Susie.
Thanks, John. The heat has really made some changes here at the fair, including a scheduling update for this evening. You still have time to get out to see the sheep dress-up contest because it's been moved to 6:30 this evening. So come on out. Let's look at the other things happening at the fair. Here's what's happening tonight, July 24th at the Monroe County Fair. Continuing until 9 o'clock tonight will be free entertainment in the rest area. Beginning at 8 o'clock tonight in the amphitheater, Chris Cagle will be performing. Also at 8 o'clock in the grandstand, go-kart races will be taking place. Anyone with an armband can get into both events. Now here's what's happening tomorrow, Family Day, Wednesday, July the 25th. In the Livestock Arena, several events will be taking place. At 9 o'clock, the 4-H and Open Class Beef Breeding Show. At 1 o'clock, the 4-H Fitted Steer Show. At 4 p.m., the Cowabunga. And at 6:30, the 4-H Steer Show and Steermanship. In the Horse and Pony Arena, at 1 o'clock, the Horse and Pony Contesting Classes judging will begin. A couple of events will be taking place in the rest area. At 3 o'clock, the pedal tractor pull will take place, and from 5 until 9, free entertainment will be available. And finally, something new to this year's fair, from 5 until 8 in the Master Garden, an evening in the garden. I want to thank all the guests who joined us today. We'll be here all week. We'll be taking the sights, the sounds, and the food of the fair. Join us again.
The WTIU broadcast of Monroe County Fair 2001 is made possible in part by Bloomington Ford, offering South Central Indiana a complete selection of new and pre-owned Ford products. Bloomington Ford, quality for life at 2200 South Walnut, Bloomington. And by Smithville Telephone, offering local, long-distance, DSL, and Blue Marble Internet all on one bill. Availability of services in your area is available by calling 812-876-2211. Smithville Telephone, today's link to tomorrow's technology. And by Monroe Bank, providing professional financial services through a community banking approach since 1892, helping the individual and business plan today for a better tomorrow. Monroe Bank, equal opportunity lender, member FDIC. And by